I'm gonna kill this name. Sudarshan Yellamaraju. Yellamaraju. I really enjoyed watching this young man, this Canadian play, and the look in his eye. He had the eye of the tiger. Like, you could tell he was in a moment, and he was just a young person trying his best. And what a great story, guys. He's sort of what I've been saying, about golf and the overcoaching that some PGA professionals and people in general are doing. This is a kid that wasn't doing stuff with force plates, guys. He didn't have enough money to get a top instructor. So he learned using the resources that he had and put his time and energy into the game, and look at the result. Before this weekend, I believe his total earnings on the PGA Tour were around $850,000. And with his top 5 finish, tie for 5th, he just earned $925,000, right? So it was very, very fun to watch. His swing is strong, nice, slow takeaway. And, watching videos of Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods, and Rory McIlroy, it's no different than what I do, right? I'm looking at the best players in the world and analyzing what they're doing and researching theories and ideas around what I'm seeing. So I really enjoyed watching him and hope that he has more success. Kind of gave me the Theegala energy, right? Theegala is a great guy to watch for the same thing. Like, you feel him when he's playing. You feel his energy. You feel his joy on the golf course. So it makes it really, really fun to watch. So really, really hoping that he gets more opportunities to play and takes advantage of them. So good stuff there. I couldn't stand the crowd reactions, though. I thought the crowd reactions were horrible. Matt Fitzpatrick is one of the gentlemen of our tour, right? Even courteous in defeat, and went over to, Cam's, parents and gave mom a hug and said nice words to them. And that's what the golf game I grew up with, that's what it's all about. I shake the hands of the person that I don't like. So I know where this is coming from. I know we got a Ryder Cup USA thing that's been brewing for a while. Kind of tired of the energy that it was given. I don't think it paints a picture of Americans in the proper light, and it's not a reflection of all of us. But there's an attitude amongst all Americans right now that I don't care for it. It's not courteous. It's not courteous. It's not respectful. It's not professional. And when these guys are playing as individuals, especially when they're over here competing in our tour, I think we need to be more courteous and respectful to them. Matt was very nice, saying, obviously it wasn't as bad as the Ryder Cup, and more of a friendly banter, and he smiled through it. But we've had too many successful Europeans on our tour, and it just goes to the level of inconsistency that I see. Like, how are you going to cheer for Tommy Fleetwood last year when he wins his first time, but then, act like this towards a Matt Fitzpatrick? So I don't know, guys. I just really didn't like that. I didn't like the energy behind, a player that didn't deserve that negative energy, a player that's been on our tour, a player that, performs in the TGL league as well on our soil. So I don't know. It just seemed off, and I'm hoping that it dies down as we get into the major season, and expectations at the Masters, of course, but hoping we don't see any behavior, booing of the sorts and things like that, for Matt Fitzpatrick. I'm hoping maybe you boo a Patrick Reed when he comes back, and I mean that lightly. I like Patrick Reed actually, but. He might deserve a couple more boos and things like that when he comes back to the tour, and maybe that's where you can waste that energy.